Hey everyone, John Richards here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how to properly set a one-year goal. Today is January 2nd, 2024. Hopefully you've got your goals set, but maybe something that I can share here can help you maybe get them a little better, get them a little more specific. The first thing you want to make sure that you do with your one-year goals, it shouldn't be something you just dreamed up over the last couple weeks. It should be based on your 3-year vision. You should have a vision of what you want your life to look like in about 3 years. And you want to be very detailed with that vision. The vision should, where you live, what kind of car are you driving, how's your health, how's your relationships, how's your business doing, how much money is it doing. Be really, really specific. And then when you set your one-year goal, it's aligned with that vision. You're painting that picture. That's the way I look at a vision. You're painting a picture. So you want to be very, very clear on that. There's a great book written by Cameron Herold called Vivid Vision, where he talks about writing a 3-year vision. When he was at 1-800-GOT-JUNK, he was able to go, to over $100 million because he based it on a vision, and everybody knew the direction that the company was going. So don't just set a one-year goal just because something came to you over the last couple weeks. You should try to create the life you want in the future in 3 years. And you want to make sure it's big. You want to make sure it's bigger than, like, let's say last year your business did 100 grand. Well, you don't want to say this year you're going to do 120 grand, because that's not a big enough increase. You want to make sure it's bigger than that. There's a great book, 10X is Easier than 2X, written by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Talks about making it 10X. You don't have to really go 10X, but you want to make it bigger. So if I did 100 grand last year, my goal this year is going to be to do 200 grand or maybe 300 grand. Because here's the thing with your goal. The goal is the direction. That's the point out there that you're shooting for by the end of the year. Yes, you want to hit that, and you want it to be more realistic than not, but you want to make it bigger, because that's going to eliminate a lot of the 80% stuff that you normally do to hit a goal. So you want to make sure that it's big enough to where the actions you take are going to hit the goal. And then what I do is I do 12-week cycles. I use the Living Your Best Year Journal by Darren Hardy, but I do 12 weeks. So, so when I sit down, I know what my one-year goal is now out there, December 31st, 2024, but where do I need to be that first 12 weeks? And then I set that as a goal, okay? And then I come back and say, where do I need to be the first 4 weeks? Then I have that as my goal. These are milestones toward the big goal at the end of the year, okay? And then I come back, I say, what do I need to do this week? What's my goal this week to hit the 1-month goal, which will hit the 12-week goal, which will hit the 1-year goal? I identify 1 to 3, no more than 3 process goals. I call it 3 important, 1 must. One of those are going to be your keystone habit. And you want to make these something that you can do on your worst day. Everything comes down to behavior. Wherever you're at right now in your life actually happened 90 days ago. Most people think, well, I woke up today, I've had a bad day. Well, yes, but a lot of the problems you're dealing with, if it's relationship problems, business problems, health problems, all came from behavior that you had 90 days ago, or maybe even longer. So if you're, if every day you don't get up and you try to win the day, you're going to have issues 90 days from now. But if I can stay consistent with anything for 12 weeks, I'm off to the races with my goal for the year. Like I joined a business about 14 years ago now. I was a mortgage broker for 10 years. And, and the mortgage crisis happened. Washington Mutual closed, all my loans wouldn't close. I mean, it was a real mess. And I was on dire straits. And I joined an online business. And the first thing I did is I set a goal. And I set it pretty small because I didn't know exactly what I could do in this business. But my activity level was really small. I said, okay, I'm going to do 30 dials, 10 contacts, 5 days per week. And that's in writing. I don't just think, well, that's what I'm going to try this week. This was what I'm going to be consistent with long enough. That's another thing. You have to be consistent long enough. Okay, so 30 dials, 10 contacts, 5 days per week. I also needed to learn. Okay, so I did a training module per day, 5 days per week. And then I attended the question and answer calls. They had one for guests, they had one for members. And what that led to was when I was doing 30 dials, 10 contacts, each week I was averaging 12 people that went to my website, which was the lag indicator. That's the outcome. So I focused on the behavior of the 30 dials, 10 contacts, but I was getting 12 to 15 website visits per week. When I hit my 4th week, I had 2 people sign up. My 5th week, I had 2. My 6th, I had 3. And then it went off to the rocket ship. And then by the end of the year, I had done middle 6 figures with 30 dials, 10 contacts. Most people can't believe that. When people sit down, they say, well, I'm going to lose weight. Okay? I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week, 4 hours a day. You cannot sustain that. You have to stay consistent. You can't go to the gym and get all your workouts in on Saturday. It doesn't work that way either. A lot of people try that. So whatever you have as a plan, put it in writing and then schedule it into your calendar. Everything that I'm doing this year with my goals are scheduled in my calendar. And I try to honor that calendar. So when I end my day, I look at tomorrow's schedule and I make sure I have all my process goals in there for the goals that I've set for the next 12 weeks. And I know that if I stay consistent with those, I'll come close or achieve that goal. Okay? I don't do any adjustments until 12 weeks. Then I look at it and I make sure I'm doing enough. And as long as I manage my behavior, that's the key. Most people, they focus on the goal and they think it's going to happen by magic. It just doesn't happen that way, guys. What you want to do is you just want to stay consistent. But if you've already created 1 to 3 actions, which is called our process, and it's small enough that you can do on your worst day, all you have to do is stay consistent and you'll hit your goal. So that's how to properly set a 1-year goal. You don't just sit down and say, what goals do I want this year? Because now you're not creating the future you want. And the goal here is to have a future that you want. Hopefully this helps you. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got a lot of great videos coming your way. Have a great day.